children. Today we are going to study about the properties of materials, children. We are going to study about the properties of materials. Okay, fine. Now children, what are they? Size, shape, color, texture, hard or soft, smooth or rough, and smell are properties of matter. All matter can be described. All matter can be described by such properties. Which properties, children? Size, shape, color, texture, and smell. The properties of materials decide what things we can make out of them. What things we can make from them. What things we can make from them, children. Okay. What decides this, children? The properties of materials. Properties of materials decides what things we can make out of them, children. For example, we cannot make tools, children, from what? From rubber. We cannot make tools out of rubber as it is not hard. We cannot make cooking utensils out of wood as they will catch fire, children. Okay. Now we'll discuss one by one all the properties. So properties of material, some properties based on which materials are classified. So appearance and children, texture. Appearance and texture. Fine. What is it, children? Appearance and texture. Paper look different. Paper look different from cloth, children. Okay. Wood look different from iron. You all know when you touch the wood, children, and the iron, what do you feel? That they two are different. And the paper look different from cloth. That come under the appearance, children. So material can be classified according to the appearance. Okay. Now if we talk about the texture, children, what is it? Different materials feel different when you touch them. When you touch any of the material, children, so what do you feel? When you feel, you find that it is some different texture is there. So they have different texture. For example, metal is hard and smooth, whereas wool is soft and rough. So how do you come to know? You come to know by feel it, children. Different materials feel different when you touch them. When you touch them, then you feel the texture. And the appearance, when you look the thing by their appearance, you come to know what is the difference between the both. Okay. Now next one we'll discuss about luxury, children. Okay, fine. Now what is it? When you people have seen the metal spoon, children, everyone must have seen that shines. And whether the wooden spoon shines? No, children. The wooden spoon does not shine. And what about the silk cloth, children? Silk cloth has a shine, whereas the woolen cloth does not shine. Silk cloth shines, but the woolen cloth does not shine. So what do we say? We say that metal has more luxury than wood, and that silk has more luxury than what? Than wool, children. Okay. Now next property we will discuss about the, children, states of matter. Let us discuss about states of matter. The next one is about states of matter, children. Okay, now when we discuss about the states of matter, that most materials can be classified into one of these groups, children. What are their groups, children? The groups are solid, liquid and gas. These are their groups, children, of these states of matter. What are the groups? Solid, liquid and gas. So what do you know about the solid, children? That solids do not easily change their shape or volume, but the liquids change the shape but not volume. What about the gas? You know, children, that the gases easily change their shape and volume. Okay, now we'll discuss about the arrangement of molecules in all these three cases, children. All molecules of a substance attract each other. Okay, and the three states of matter have different properties. Why does these three states of matter have a different properties, children? Because of difference in the arrangement of their molecules. Because of difference in the arrangement of their molecules. Because of difference in their arrangement of molecules, children. So what happens in the solid? In the case of solid, the molecules are very tightly packed, children. In the solid, the molecules are very tightly packed. When we discuss about the liquids, the molecules are less tightly packed. Molecules are less tightly packed. And what about the gases, children? The molecules are so far apart that there is hardly any attraction between them. In the gases, the molecules are too far. Hardly they have any attraction between each of them. In gases, children, the molecules are so far apart that there is hardly any attraction between them. So these were the arrangement of molecules in the states of matter, that are solid, liquid and gases. Now we will discuss about the solubility in water. Now children, solubility in water. Okay, now that is soluble and children insoluble. Okay, now what happens in the solubility in water, children? If you take a glass tumbler with water and add some sugar into it and then just mix it, children, then what happens to the sugar? The sugar has dissolved in water. Actually what happens, children? Water causes all molecules in a solid piece of sugar to break apart. The individual molecules when separated are so small that we cannot see them. So what does we say? That the sugar is soluble in water. Okay, children. Now what are the mixable and immiscible liquid, children? Liquids which mix with each other, they are known as miscible liquids, and liquids that do not mix with each other, they are known as immiscible liquids, children. Okay, now we will discuss about the density. About density, children. Okay, now what happens in it, children? Density we can say as floating and sinking also. What we can say, children? As a floating and sinking. The mass per unit volume of a substance, the mass per unit volume of a substance is known as density. Okay, now what happens? A substance like iron, which is denser than water, will sink in water. What will happen? That will sink, children. A substance which is denser than water, that will sink in water. And a substance like wood, cotton, which is less dense than water, that will float. Okay, that is going to float. Which one is going to sink, children? A substance which is denser than water will sink, and a substance which is less dense than water will float. Okay, that will float on water. So, matter can be classified on the basis of whether it floats or sinks in water. That is on the basis of whether its density is less than or more than that of water. As I have told you, what do you mean by density? It is mass per unit volume of a substance, that is known as density. Okay, children? Now we will come to the next property, that is transparency. Let us come to the next one, children, that is transparency. Okay. This was density. Now I am going to write this one, children, transparency. Okay. Density. Okay. Now this is transparency. Okay. Now this one is also classified into three, children. Transparent. It is transparent. Okay. Transparent, children, opaque, and translucent. Transparency. Okay. Transparency, transparent, opaque, and translucent. Now, what is this transparency? Sometimes, children, the substances are classified into three groups. Okay, depending on the amount of light that can pass through them. These are classified, the substances are classified into three groups. What are their basic things, children? Depending on the amount of light that can pass through them, children. If most of the light passes through them of any object, that is known as a transparent. And if no light passes from the object, no light can pass through an object, that is known as opaque. And if partially the light can pass through it, what is it known as? That is known as translucent, children. Okay, so in the translucent, children, we cannot see through the translucent objects like frosted glass used in bathroom windows. What is it? That is a type of translucent object, children. And air is a transparent, that is why we are able to see the things around us. And one more thing, children, water, then clear is also a transparent material. So matter can be classified on the basis of whether it is transparent, opaque, or translucent, children. Okay, so we have just now discussed the properties, that some properties of the matter or the materials that can be used to classify the matter are, what are that, children? Appearance, texture, luxure, transparency. In transparency, it can be divided into transparent, opaque, translucent, solubility in water. Then we have discussed about the miscible and immiscible liquids. Then we discussed about the states of matter. What are that? Solid, liquid and gases. These are the three states of matter that are solid, liquid and gases, children. Okay, children. So what we had discussed today, we had discussed about the properties of material. Fine, children. Thank you so much.